Hi, my name is David, and I'm going to go ahead and give a quick review about the ASUS P8P67 WS Revolution board, as well as ASUS's customer service and how it sucks. So, pretty much, I'm just going to go ahead and start by saying that this board has a lot of problems, and the first one that I got from Newegg, I had to RMA because it got stuck in infinite loop. I tried to troubleshoot it, didn't work. So, yeah, I had to send it back. The second one I received, ended up having random USB errors. Most of the time it would happen whenever I was plugging things in or unplugging them, but it didn't happen all the time. It would just happen, every once in a while, maybe once a month. And so finally, after like a year of use, it not only started giving me USB errors all the time, even when I wasn't unplugging and plugging things in, it's also started giving me memory errors. So I was a little confused. I tested my memory in a different setup, and it passed through mem test, and so I was really confused about why it was giving me memory errors. So I went ahead and told ASUS what was going on, and that it was just really bad, and I had to send it in, and that it was just too much. And so they said that they were gonna I had two choices. The standard RMA, which was you send it in, they try and fix it. If they can't fix it, they send you a refurbished replacement. The second one was advanced RMA, which was you give them your credit card number, and they put a hold on your account for the full MSRP, that whatever it was retail when you bought it, as well as $10. And if you wanted to have faster shipping, you had to pay for that, which was I think it was like $30 for 2 days or something like that. And so I figured that the board wasn't gonna work when I got it, or something was gonna be wrong, just because the first two that I had took a crap, and my friend's same exact one that he bought at the same exact time, pretty much, his went out recently too. The SATA controller went out on that. And so I figured that they were just going to send me another board that was going to mess up, and I was trying to tell them that, and they reassured me that whatever board was already tested, and they were going to send it to me, and that everything was going to be okay. And so I just had the suspicion, so I didn't pay for the extra shipping because they weren't going to reimburse you for that. But so I ended up getting the second board, and it worked for about 2 days pretty well, and then it just shut off and wouldn't turn back on. Nothing I did to troubleshoot it worked. I had suspicion that it might be the CPU, because at that point there's only really 2 or 3 things that really would cause that. And so I went ahead and RMA'd the CPU through Intel, which was a way more painless process than this. And so I got that chip back, then I put it in and find out that it wasn't the chip, it was the motherboard. And so I was pretty upset about that, and so I called ASUS up and let them know that what the heck, I paid, I put all this money on hold for the advanced RMA, and this is, I was trying to warn you guys about this, and then you guys didn't want to listen to me. And they pretty much were like, oh, well, we could put it through as AWT, and I guess AWT is, they send you out a shipping label, and then you ship your stuff out. As soon as they see that it's in transit, then they send you a replacement. But I told them that I wanted them to test whatever board they're going to send me, because I can't afford any more downtime, and if I didn't get my work done, that I was going to get evicted pretty much, because I wouldn't be able to pay my rent. And so they said they were going to put it through as that, and that Friday I ended up shipping out the board. I talked to them on Thursday, and I shipped it the next day on Friday. And I emailed him and emailed Jarrod, the nighttime manager, and I let him know what exactly was going on, and that I shipped it out, and I didn't get a response back, which I thought was a little odd. And so on Monday, first thing I called, because I just figured it was odd that he didn't email me back and let me know what was going on. And come to find out, he didn't put it through as AWT. He put it through as standard RMA. And so at this point I'm upset, because they're wasting my time. And so that whole Monday they spent trying to tell me that that's not how it's supposed to be, and this and that, and that's not what he said. And I said, well, hey, you know, that is what he said. And they were saying, oh, well, we could pull the phone calls if you want. And I said, pull the phone calls. I want you to pull the phone calls. Like, I want you to. And I want Jarrod to listen to it himself. And so finally, Jarrod ended up emailing me back, and he was, you know, I guess they hadn't pulled the phone calls, you know, even though I told them to, and they didn't pull the phone calls, and so he was still trying to convince me that that's not what it was, and he was said, well, we could pull the phone calls, and I said, look, I already told you guys to pull the phone calls, pull them already, and I want you to listen to it. And so so he emails me back at the end of Monday and saying, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I'm going to go with what the phone call stated, and, you know, I'm so sorry, I don't really have an excuse for this, and, you know, he was just going on and apologizing, and I told him, look, I said, whatever, I said, look, I you know, I need this back, you know, I said, I don't need you guys wasting my time, you know, like, I need this all done. And so, that Tuesday, he had said something to me, because I think I called in on Tuesday to find out what was going on, because I was still upset. And he emailed me back on Tuesday, and I let him know that, you know, I can't afford any more downtime, and that I need the board in my possession before the week was over, and that, you know, I stressed my situation, that I'm going to get kicked out and all that. And so he said, absolutely, sir, and I didn't hear back from him for like 2 days, even though I was trying to call, trying to email, and I was getting no response. And finally, you know, when I called in on Friday morning, I talked to the daytime manager, and he was saying that that, you know, he could you know, try and do it himself, or, you know, that he didn't see anything about anybody ordering anything. And pretty much once it goes into the manager's hands, there's like, they don't even put it on the records. Like, they just say like, oh, he's handling it. They don't say what's going on. So, you know, he didn't know what was going on, and I told him, well, and he told me to, you know, go ahead and you know, if I want to complain to corporate, he showed me exactly where to complain. You know, and I did put a complaint through. And I did put a complaint through to corporate. So pretty much Jarrod ends up emailing me back about 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Friday, and saying that they already requested the board, and that it's being tested right now, and that as soon as it's done being tested, they were going to ship it to me overnight. And so I told them, I didn't even say anything because I was already upset, and I figured that if they didn't send it out by Friday night, that, you know, it wasn't going to make it to me at all, because they use FedEx, and FedEx is like the only one that delivers on Saturday. Anyways, so they never sent me a tracking number, never told me that they shipped it out or anything. So that's pretty much where I'm at. So pretty much, if you want to know what to expect from ASUS, they're not going to believe you. They're not going to listen to what you have to say. They're going to do whatever they feel is necessary, and that's it. And that's all they're going to do, and they're not going to, their managers can't really sway from policy at all. So, you know, if you're looking for an alternative to ASUS, go with EVGA. EVGA is, I think, a superior company. They have superior products and a way better customer service. They even have like an upgrade feature that you can do, I think, within 90 days. You can upgrade to the next class up. So pretty much they have there's a lot that you can do when you go through EVGA instead of ASUS, and I think that's what I'll be going through, because I'm not going to be, if I'm paying good money for stuff, and I've spent thousands of dollars with ASUS, but they're not going to get my money anymore. Let's just put it that way. And anybody that asks me about what board to get, I'm not gonna say ASUS. I'm gonna say EVGA. Now, I'm not even gonna mess with this anymore. It is what it is. They're making me lose money. They're gonna get me kicked out of my house, and they just want to play games and make mistakes and just try and apologize for it, and I just don't got time for it. So, you know, it is what it is, and I just hope that they realize, you know, what kind of people they're messing with. So, you know, if you have any more questions, you know, feel free to go ahead and comment below and ask me anything you want to know, and I can fill you in. All right, thanks a lot, and ASUS, thanks for nothing.